Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome back to math class with Miss Nanda. And also welcome to all the students to your new class which is Primary 6. Good job everyone for doing the best in the previous class which is Primary 5 and welcome to Primary 6. Today, as the starter for the math lesson in Primary 6, we are going to discuss and learn about something new about how to use letters in mathematics. Are you curious? Let's get started. In today's lesson, we will discuss about algebra and then we will discuss about letters and at the end, like we always do, we will do some practice about what we have learned during the lessons. So what is algebra? I think some of you already hear the term about algebra in some videos probably in YouTube or TikTok videos because some of the mathematician YouTubers already talk about algebra. So today we are going to learn the basic concept of algebra and the first level in algebra. And I hope after you learn about algebra, you will living with an entirely new set of math skills. So let's get started. Well, algebra always starts with the simplest problems that you face in the daily life. For example, like this one. Mary is 5 years old. How old is she 4 years later? Well, it's basically simple because we just need to add the numbers. 5 plus 4 is equals to 1. Now, let's move on to the next question. What is 7 less than 11? The terms sound practical. Less means you have to subtract. So in here, we're going to minus 11 with 7, which is give you 4. Good job. Now, each box has 6 sweets. How many sweets are there in 3 boxes? This one is also easy. Imagine you have 3 boxes, and then inside of them, this is 6, this is 6, this is 6. When we combine them together, 6 plus 6 plus 6 is equals to 18. Or in another term, you just need to multiply them. 6 times 3 equals to 18. These word problems in here are actually the basic part of algebra. So, what are we going to learn in algebra? The first lesson is about how to use letters to represent numbers. Now, I want all of you to open your math textbook, page 7. Let's see it together. Alright, have you opened your book, page 7? Now, please focus on Learn 1A and let's read the sentences together. Rani has 3 sweets. Okay, keep it in mind, yeah? Now, she gets 1 more sweet. How many sweets does she have now? It is easy. You just need to add 3 before with 1. So now, Rani has 4 sweets. Good job. Now, if she gets 4 more sweets, how many sweets does she have now? So 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. It means Rani have 7 sweets now. Now I will change the question a little bit. Her friend gives her some sweets. How many sweets does she have now? Ooh. Now in this case, I don't give you the exact numbers of sweet, but I just told you that Rani get some more sweets. In here, we can use letters to represent the unknown numbers, and in here, the gross thing, we can use the letter X to represent the unknown number. So when we try to use models to show how it goes, let's see in here. Rani have 3 sweets the first time, and then she gets another sweet, but we don't know what is the exact number, so I will just say an X sweet. So in here, when we want to know what is or how many sweets at the end, we just need to add them together. So in here, Rani has x plus 3 sweets now. This is the first step to learn about algebra. Now, in here, you have to remember that the letters we use is not only X. You can choose any letters from A to Z. It can be B, C, O, R, P, or even X, W. So x plus 3 is an example of an algebraic expression in terms of x. It means we didn't know what is the exact result, but we do know if we get the fact or if we get the information about how many sweets, we can just add them with 3 and then we will get the end result. Okay, before we continue, is there any question? If you have any questions along the lesson, that's fine. You can just raise your hands or type in the comment section. Okay? Now let's get continue. Okay, now instead of using a word problems, I will use some instructions to construct the equation or the mathematic expression. Now please open your book, page 8, and focus on Learn 1B. Take a look at A. If the instruction is add 0 to 6, it means you just have to add them together. 6 plus 0 is equal to 6. Good job. Now, what if the instruction is sum of 11 and 3? Remember, sum means addition. So in this case, you also need to add the numbers. So that's why in here, we have 11 plus 3 equals 14. Nice. Now, the instruction is changed a little bit again. I have 4 more than 8. More than means addition. It is the same with the previous one. So, in here, we need to add the numbers again. 8 plus 4 equals 12. Okay, good job. Now, what if I use this instruction and mixing it with the algebra and the letters? Okay, let's take a look. Nah, you see, add 0 to x. Even though we use letters, it will be the same. The expression will be an addition again, like the previous one. So in here, we will add x with 0. X plus 0 equals to x. Oh, why is it like that, miss? Take a look again. Every time you add something with 0, the result will be that something. So every number you added with 0, the answer will be the number itself, and it applies also to letters. So if I write S plus 0, the answer will be S. If I say R plus 0, the answer will be R. Okay, good job. Next, sum of n and 3. Well, sum means addition, so in here we just write n plus 3. Good. Now the last one, 4 more than y. The same, more than means addition, so you can write y plus 4. Okay, good job everyone. Before we continue, is there any question? Like always, if you have any questions along the lesson, you can raise your hands on or leave the comment below. Alright, we already learned some instruction and word problems. Now, let's go to some practice to hone our skills in this lesson. Alright, now please focus on try 1A. Mr. Tan is the form teacher of Primary 6B. The pupils do not know his age. Let Mr. Tan be X years old now. Find Mr. Tan's age in terms of X. Now, it's the same with the previous case because we don't know exactly what is Mr. Tan's age. But the question is, what is Mr. Tan's age 3 years from now? Okay, you can write down your answers on your own book, and then we will discuss the correct answers together after this. Okay, the next question is Mr. Tan's age 5 years from now. Ooh, I think it's similar with the previous question. The last one, Mr. Tan's age 10 years from now. Alright, let's see the answers together. There you go. Like we did in the previous lesson, years from now, it means we have to add the age. Because we don't know what is the exact numbers of Mr. Tan's age, it means we just add the letters, which is in here x, with the numbers in here. So the answer will be 3 plus x, 5 plus x, and 10 plus x. Or you can write it the other way. The x was written first, that's fine because it will give you the same expression at the end. Okay, if you get the correct answers, you can put a tick beside your answers. Now, let's move on to try 1B. Okay, in here, instead of a word problems, I have some instruction like in the previous lesson. Give an algebraic expression for each of the following. Add 5 to x, sum of z and 8, 3 more than e. Okay, have you write down your answers on your book? Okay, let's check the answer together. Are you ready? Here we go. Yes, this is the correct answers. Add means you have to plus the numbers and the letters. Don't hesitate when you see a combination of letters and numbers because it will be the same at the end. It will be the same expression at the end. So in here you can write 5 plus x or x plus 5. Sum mean addition. So it's z plus 8 or 8 plus z. The last one, more than, means addition also. So the answer is 3 plus p or p plus 3. Alright, if you get the correct answers, put a tick beside the answers. Alright, I hope all of you get the correct answer for all of the question. But if you don't, that's fine. You can still do some practice on your math workbook. I will inform you which page you can do for practicing the using letters to represent unknown numbers. Okay, before we close our session, is there any question? Like always, you can leave some question in the comment sections below. Alright, so to close our lesson today, let's see the conclusion in here. So algebra is actually just a part of math, but this topic is so special and important because we don't just use numbers in the lesson. We use some letters and usually some symbols to represent the unknown numbers. And algebraic notation is used to present information concisely even though we don't know the exact numbers. Alright everyone, that's all for our algebra lessons today. I hope you understand with all of the lesson from the beginning until the end. And also, don't forget to always practice about the new things that you learned today. Let's close our session by reciting Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. And I will see you again on our next meeting, which is next week. Bye everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.